Hello, I am Mage Skeleton. For some reason I decided to add the date I started working on this little project. So, we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating rules conflicts, in my opinion, in Magic the Gathering that comes up for Commander format, because, of course, Commander is basically the only place you would come across this type of interaction. I found the comprehensive rules. You can read all this at your leisure if you'd like. You can also just go to the main website. Yes, I copy-pasted all of this. I'm not sure if I was gonna just make a whole video where it's just I read through all of this. But that's a lot to read. So the main attraction, we got Toggo, Goblin Weaponsmith. He can be your commander. He has partner. Whenever a land enters the battlefield. Why it couldn't have just been landfall, I don't know. Create a colorless equipment artifact token named Rock. Blah blah blah. So, he has weird landfall. He creates an artifact token. Great. Kodama of the East Tree. Legendary creature, can also be your commander. Also has partner. So I hope you see where the problem begins here. Whenever another permanent you control enters, if it wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or lesser mana value from your hand onto the battlefield. I don't know if you know this, but this is a permanent. This is also a permanent. And this is also a permanent. Let's not worry about Reckless Fireweaver. He'll show up from time to time. He loves when artifacts hit the field. We don't care about him for the discussion of this video right now, though. So, Reckless Fireweaver, don't mind him. He's just photobombing. We have Toggo and Goblin, Kodama, and man, I'm not editing this. So this is our board state. This is our board state. Just use your imagination. Somehow, this is our board state. Don't question it. Just, this is our board state right now. Now, next play. We're going to play our land. So, land enters the battlefield. That's going to trigger Toggo. What's the next play? We gain the Rock. Couple different things happen at this point. Again, we're not worried about Reckless Fireweaver. Yes, he would do a damage, whatever. Kodama sees that the Rock entered the battlefield. But we also have to resolve Gruul Turf. When this land enters, return a land you control to its owner's hand. So we have two different things going on. Well, technically three, because we could have just waited to actually trigger creating that rock. And in fact, let's go into some questions here. I have, does the land return at this point? So now this is our board state. Maybe we just get infinite rocks now because we can just bounce that one land onto the field, return it to our hand as soon as it hits the field, and then create a rock because we triggered the landfall, the totally not a landfall ability, and now we have the land back in our hand, so we just keep making rocks. Or we go over what we believe intuitively what the priority order should be. You play the land, Toggo triggers, but when he triggers, you can return the land back to your hand. They're all your triggers after all. You saw the comprehensive rules. I'm going to assume you at least gleamed through them. We control all the triggers. So now we're going to make that rock token because Toggo saw the land enter the battlefield. And now Kodama's going to trigger. And then Kodama is going to see, oh, a rock entered the battlefield. You can put a permanent card from your hand with equal or lesser converted mana value. That means now we can go back to the beginning over here and put the land onto the battlefield. And then we just keep going. But that's not how that works. That's not how that works. So, if you were to talk to a judge, they will tell you when the land enters the battlefield, it's going to trigger Toggo. You do not actually control this trigger. It's your trigger, but it's not your trigger. I don't make up the rules. Don't ask me how this is working. So then Toggo makes the rock. Kodama's like, oh, I see the rock. And then somehow maybe you have, I don't know, Guildless Commons in your hand. So now you play the Guildless Commons. Now you can resolve returning a land to your hand, which would be the Gruul Turf at this juncture, because somehow you need 2 bounce lands for this to work. I'm confused, but okay. And then now we can go to Toggo triggers, makes the rock, and then rock triggers Kodama. So we got to overcomplicate the process. It's our triggers. How am I just not getting infinite rocks?